Most people begin to slow down after 70, but not everyone. A select few keep moving, keep growing, and keep leading long after others start to fade. It's not luck, it's not superhuman strength. They've simply preserved key abilities, and because of that, they've gained more time. If you're between 70 and 80 and can still do the following 8 things, know that you're part of a rare group. Each ability is a marker of vitality, clarity, and biological youth. And if you can't do them all just yet, don't worry. You'll discover what to rebuild and how to safeguard your future. Stay until the end, because the final indicator is the strongest predictor of whether you'll flourish or gradually disappear. You can rise from the floor without assistance. Forget complicated diagnostics, lab results, wearables, or costly exams. There's one physical test that quietly reveals your independence, coordination, balance, and even your life expectancy. It's simple. No equipment, no doctor needed. Just find a clear space on the floor. Now try this. Sit down, then stand up again, without using your hands, knees, a chair, or another person. Can you do it? It may sound simple, but this one movement reveals more about your functional health than almost any medical test, because what it truly assesses is integration, not just isolated strength, but how well your body systems work together. Your core stability, hip mobility, balance, proprioception, your body's spatial awareness, and the clarity of your nervous system. If any one of these is off, this test reveals it immediately. And here's the remarkable part. Research shows that seniors who can get up and down from the floor unaided have a significantly lower risk of death. One study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that people over 50 who could perform this movement had up to 5 times the life expectancy of those who couldn't. Why? Because controlling your body against gravity isn't just about strength, it's about resilience. Rising unassisted tells your brain this body is capable, stable, and safe. That signal triggers everything from hormone regulation to emotional confidence. Your nervous system stays calm, your gait remains strong, your risk of falling drops dramatically. Because in old age, it's not the fall that's dangerous, it's not being able to get back up. Think about it. Whether you trip in the kitchen, slip in the shower, or stumble outside, what determines the outcome isn't just the fall. It's whether you have the coordination and control to stand up again. And that kind of resilience doesn't come from walking alone. It comes from working on the floor, sitting, shifting, pivoting, and pressing your body upward. Movements that many adults avoid after 60 and then lose entirely. But here's the good news. This ability can be regained. You're not too old, not too stiff, not too far gone. With the right exercises, the right consistency, and the right mindset, you can reawaken your body's instinct to rise, both physically and metaphorically. So, where to begin? Start small. Sit on the floor once a day. Use a yoga mat or cushion. Cross your legs. Shift your weight. Use support if needed, but aim to reduce it over time. Activate your core. Open your hips. Engage your glutes. Your body is a system, and the floor is its best teacher. The more you engage with it, the more your brain reprograms strength, coordination, and balance back into your nervous system. And this isn't just about fitness, it's about freedom. Because what does independence look like at 75? It's not racing down highways or bench pressing iron. It's bathing safely, bending to pick something up without falling, gardening, sitting with grandkids, getting off the couch easily, walking through your home knowing your legs will support you and your body won't betray you. Rising unassisted tells the world, and most importantly yourself, that you're still in control. You still own your body. And that quiet confidence, it changes everything. You move more, you participate more, you stay connected. You avoid the spiral too many seniors face: fear of falling, reduced movement, weakening muscles, higher risk of injury. You stay in motion, and motion is life. So test yourself honestly. If you struggle to rise unaided, that's okay, don't panic. But don't ignore it either. That difficulty is your body's message, a call for support, strength, attention. Don't put it off. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start today. 2 minutes of floor time, gentle squats, daily hip stretches, core exercises 3 times a week. Nothing extreme, but all of it essential. Because in the end, this one act, rising from the ground, is more than movement. It's a metaphor for how you approach aging, how you face difficulty, how you choose to live the rest of your life, with strength, with grace, and with the quiet power of someone who doesn't just survive, but rises. You can carry your own groceries. It might seem minor, something you do without a second thought, a bag in each hand, a short walk from the car to the kitchen. But if you're still able to carry them yourself, your body is sending a powerful signal. You're aging well. Because this isn't just about lifting bags, it's about strength, independence, and the resilience of your nervous system. Even more, it's about what your hands reveal about your brain, your heart, and your future. Grip strength may sound like a gym stat, but science disagrees. Research in The Lancet, the Journal of Gerontology, and institutes worldwide shows that grip strength is among the strongest predictors of early mortality. In fact, it tells us more about your health future than blood pressure, cholesterol, or even weight. Why? Because grip strength reflects your entire vitality. When your hands are strong, your nervous system is alert, your muscles responsive, your bones durable, and your heart engaged. But when your grip weakens, not from injury but disuse, something else happens. Your body quietly begins to shut down. Muscles shrink, circulation slows, balance falters, confidence fades, you avoid jars, hesitate with heavy objects, stop lifting bags. Little by little, your world gets smaller, not because of age, but because of disuse. But here's what most don't tell you. You can reverse that decline. You can rebuild strength, even in your 70s or 80s, even if your hands ache, even if you've been inactive for years. Your muscles haven't forgotten. They're just waiting for the signal. And that signal starts the moment you choose to challenge them, safely, consistently, intentionally. Carrying groceries is a simple yet revealing test. Can you lift a bag without pain? Carry it across the kitchen without strain? Move something with confidence? If yes, that's not just a functional win, it's a sign of deep cellular health. It means your joints are still stable, your bones still strong, your grip still active. But if the answer is no, if bags feel heavier, fingers lose strength, or wrists tremble, don't dismiss it. That's not just aging, it's a message. A signal your body is asking for help. Not medication, not surgery, but movement, resistance, nourishment. Here's what happens when you strengthen your grip. Your brain sharpens. Cognitive studies show a clear link between grip strength and mental function. Seniors with stronger hands score better on memory, reaction time, and cognitive clarity. Because grip strength isn't just about the hands. It reflects the communication between brain and body, the speed of your neural signals, the stability of your spine. When grip fades, so does cognitive function. But the opposite is true too. Regain your grip and your mind brightens. Grip strength supports your heart as well. Each time you bear weight, your cardiovascular system comes alive. Blood flows more efficiently, blood vessels expand, your heart rate learns to remain steady under pressure. And unlike high-intensity cardio, grip training is gentle on the joints. A simple dead hang, a light kettlebell hold, a steady squeeze of a rubber ball. These actions build deep endurance, not only in your muscles but in your circulatory strength. So, what can you do? Begin with mindful lifting. Carry a grocery bag in each hand and walk slowly around your house. Grip a towel tightly and hold for 10 seconds. Use a hand gripper while watching TV. Hang from a bar if you can, even if your feet touch the ground. These movements may seem simple, but they rebuild your connection to self. They awaken the nerves in your fingers, fortify your forearms, and most importantly, remind your brain that your hands are still alive with purpose. And never forget, your hands aren't just tools, they're messengers. They reflect how engaged you still are with life, how often you cook, clean, lift, move, carry, and protect. When your hands are strong, your posture lines, your stride becomes confident. Your breathing slows and deepens. You feel more grounded, more alive. That's why this isn't about looking tough. It's about freedom. The freedom to lift your own bag, to handle your suitcase, to carry your grandchild, to open jars without help, to live without hesitation. That is dignity. That is wellness. That is strength. So the next time you carry a bag into the kitchen, pause. Feel the strength in your fingers, the calm in your wrist, the certainty in your step. That is your health speaking. You can remember names, chores, and tasks without confusion. There's something sacred about memory. Not just because it helps us recall names, appointments, or where we left our keys, but because it holds our identity. It preserves our history, our relationships, our life stories. And if we can still access these clearly in our 70s or 80s, then we haven't just aged. We've protected something deeply human. Most people assume memory loss is inevitable with age, that forgetting names is normal, that losing track of time is expected, that repeating stories at dinner is just part of getting old. But that isn't quite true. Some slowing is natural, but disorientation is not. Struggling to recall a face or daily routine is not typical. That's a warning sign, not normal aging. So, if you still remember people's names, if you can carry a lively conversation without drifting off, if you know what day it is, where you're going, and why you entered a room, then your mind is working beautifully. And that's not just luck. It's not some random blessing that you avoided dementia. That clarity is earned through a lifetime of reading, solving, writing, moving, connecting, and staying mentally engaged even when no one was watching. Because brain health doesn't live in the brain alone. It lives in your nervous system, in your gut, in the routines you keep or abandon each day. Your brain isn't a storage box that simply decays. It's a living, active organ, and like every organ, it thrives under the right conditions and withers in the wrong ones. One of the most essential conditions is use. If you don't use your mind, it recedes. If you stop learning, you stop retaining. If you stop questioning, you stop seeking truth. If you stop reading, solving, and exploring, your neurons stop connecting. The bridges between thoughts begin to erode, and mental fog creeps in. But if you still remember names, you're still forming pathways. If you still manage bills, keep appointments, retell stories, or recall a joke clearly enough to share it, you're still alive inside, still engaged, fully aware of your world. And that is a skill, a discipline, a sacred gift worth preserving. Because when memory starts to slip, it doesn't just change how we think, it changes how we relate. Forget a name and you withdraw. Forget a conversation and you speak less. Doubt your words and you stop telling your story, you stop leading, you stop laughing, you stop showing up, not because you want to, but because you feel unsure. That's the true cost of cognitive decline, not the forgetfulness itself, but the retreat it causes, the fading of your voice, the quiet loss of your identity. And once that begins, the brain isn't the only part that suffers. The heart follows. The body slows, the drive fades. Because without clarity, we start to feel invisible. And no pill can restore that. So how do you stay sharp? Stay involved, keep learning, even in small ways. Remember new names, not because you must, but because you still can. Read topics outside your comfort zone. Write by hand. Cook a new dish without a recipe. Tell your grandchildren the same story, but add more detail this time. Use your memory like a muscle, because that's exactly what it is. Eat for your brain, stay hydrated. Get your omega-3s, vitamin D, and sleep. Move your body, not just for your heart, but because movement fuels your brain. Walking, resistance training, even gentle stretching, anything that gets oxygen flowing to your brain will sharpen your focus. That's not vanity, that's neurological upkeep, and perhaps most of all, stay connected, because conversation is mental work. Each time you tell a story, your brain recalls a file. Each time you respond to someone, your mind organizes thoughts. You listen, you respond, you remember. Connection is the electricity of the brain. Isolation, meanwhile, dims it slowly and silently. So if your mind is still bright, don't minimize it, celebrate it. Because clarity isn't just intelligence, it's equilibrium. It means your body, mind, and soul are still in sync, still showing up, still living fully, not just existing. And if you notice your mind slipping, don't fear it, but don't ignore it either. Fight for it. Re-engage. Get curious again. Nourish your brain like you'd rehab a strained muscle. It's never too late to wake your mind, because no matter your age, it's still listening, still growing, still capable of surprising you. You're not forgetful because you're old. You're forgetful because some part of you went dormant. But that can change, starting now. If you can walk briskly for 15 minutes without pain, don't underestimate that. A 15-minute walk sounds simple. No hills, no weights, no finish line medals, just one foot in front of the other. But if you can do it, if you can move without stopping, without gasping, without aching knees or faltering steps, that is no small thing. That's proof your body still works in harmony. And at this stage of life, that kind of harmony is priceless. Because walking isn't just motion, it's a full body systems test. Each step is a check on coordination, stamina, joint strength, circulation, lung capacity, and mental focus. If something's off, walking will tell you. A stiff hip, a weak ankle, a cloudy mind, a heart out of rhythm, a stride that's grown hesitant instead of sure. If you can still move effortlessly, it's not just about physical mobility, it's a sign that your neurological system remains robust. This aspect is more crucial than many people realize. Endurance isn't solely about distance. It's about the harmonious collaboration of various body systems. Your brain charts the course, your heart maintains rhythm, your lungs facilitate air exchange, your blood vessels adjust accordingly, muscles activate in sequence, joints absorb shocks, and balance keeps you centered. This isn't merely exercise, it's a coordinated performance. When you can briskly walk for 15 minutes, you're orchestrating this performance with finesse. However, when walking becomes uncomfortable, when hips ache, knees swell, the back tightens, or breathing becomes labored, it's more than just aging. It's your body's way of signaling imbalance. Possible culprits include inflammation, weakened glutes, poor posture, shallow breathing, or mental fatigue. The gravest error is accepting this discomfort as a permanent state, because the moment walking feels burdensome, life's boundaries start to constrict. Why? Because walking symbolizes freedom. It's how you safely reach the bathroom, prepare your morning coffee, visit the store, see friends, and bask in sunlight. When walking is painful or restricted, your world contracts. You venture out less, avoid exploration, decline invitations, shun stairs, rely more on others, and gradually your independence diminishes. Yet walking holds transformative power. It's both a diagnostic tool and a remedy. If it causes discomfort, it highlights areas needing attention. Avoiding it accelerates bodily decline, but embracing it with patience, structure, and purpose turns it into a healing practice. Unlike medications, it has no adverse effects. Regular walking restores balance, enhances circulation, boosts memory, improves mobility, and even aids digestion. Yes, your gut benefits from walking, as do your mood, sleep quality, and confidence. Our bodies are designed for walking, not just for movement, but for preservation. Hips are structured to stride, knees to bend and propel, spines to align with motion. Daily, gentle, consistent movement signals every system. We're active, functional, capable. This isn't about speed, but about maintaining a steady, moderate pace, where conversation is possible, warmth is felt, breathing deepens, and focus sharpens. This is the zone where healing occurs and longevity is cultivated, not in gyms or on machines, but by simply lacing up your shoes and deciding to move. If 15 minutes feels daunting today, start with 5, then 7. Progress gradually, adding minutes weekly. Monitor not just your physical sensations, but your mental state. You might notice clarity returning, anxiety diminishing, tension easing. Movement stretches more than muscles. It rejuvenates the spirit, restoring a sense of control that time may have eroded. For those already walking 15 minutes daily, cherish this ability. Don't let complacency erode it. Continue walking, vary your routes, incorporate inclines if possible, walk with companions or in solitude, but always with intention. Each step affirms, I'm in control, engaged, truly living, not merely existing. Because once comfortable walking is lost, every other activity becomes challenging. Dressing, traveling, socializing all require negotiation. Life narrows. But if you can walk pain-free, even for just 15 minutes, your future remains expansive. Treat your walk as sacred, not a chore, but a testament to your resilience, capacity, and commitment to fully living. 15 minutes might seem insignificant, but it's a cornerstone of vitality.